drum lorry, and today I've got one of these. It is a Vector SR65. It's called the 65 because it's 650 millimeters long, 65 centimeters. That's what I think. And it comes in various versions, but I've got the almost ready to run brushless, which means you need to supply a battery for the boat and also a battery for the transmitter. Well, that's standard anyway. So let's have a look inside. Of course, my cat Pixel is there. My cat Neon, he found the box that this came in, so he's quite happy. And here is the Vector 65, quite a pretty boat. It comes in yellow or red. I got the yellow one because yellow and black is the colour of my old house. And it's quite a nice shape. I sort of prefer the shape of some of the UDI boats, for example the 005 or the 908. I've got two of those. I think they are a nicer shape, but this one self-rights because of its shape. This lid is enclosed and that's got air in it, and that helps it self-right, and it self-rights with ease. As far as the stickers go, well, they're not quite straight and there are some little ripples in the application here and there. Well, but overall that doesn't really matter. I'm going to have to tighten that up, but they do give you Allen keys. I've got 3, a spare propeller, this is just a plastic propeller, and a tool to put the propeller on with. It's got a water cooled system. This is the brushless motor. Now the brushless is faster, more efficient motor than the brushed engine. They tell me the brushed is a bit tame. I think the brushed also works on just 7.4 volts, whereas this is a 3 cell, so that's 11.1 volts. I've got a 1500 milliamp 3S there, that's all I've got at the moment. I've got a 2200 milliamp battery on order. There's the electronic speed controller there. On the other side is the receiver and the steering servo. Yeah, all pretty neat, pretty nice. Now what I'm going to do is get one of these. This is a plastic container used to keep gloves in, but any similar container would do. I'll make a little hole in it, and then what I do is I put the receiver in this, and that helps keep the water out. You must keep water out the receiver. The ESCs are normally waterproof, the receivers are not, and if that receiver gets wet, well, your boat can do funny things. It can run away, or all sorts of things can happen. So it's important to keep that receiver dry. And if that receiver does break down, then you've got an issue, because they are automatically going to bind with the transmitter, and that means if the receiver's got any transmitters, no good as well, because I don't think these transmitters will bind with any other receiver. So you then have to buy a transmitter and receiver combination, and I buy a Planet 2+2 for example. I did with my 908, and it transformed the boat actually, because it's got things called dual rates, so you can vary the speed, maximum speed settings, and the stick control I found gave me a little bit finer control than the wheel. I tend to prefer that, but I'm going to stick with this initially at least and see how we go. 4-channel 2.4 gig receiver I'm going to remove using Velcro, and I'll put it in there. The wires protrude out of the hole, so I've got them there, and there we are. It's now safe and secure in there. I'll put a bit of Yoo-hoo glue around there just to help seal that hole. And there's also a little air hole there that I need to fill up. Then I'll stick some Velcro under here and just stick that on there. The boat also comes with one of these boat mounts, which is very useful, of course. It is worth noting a couple of other things about this model. It's got a water cooling system. This is where it takes in the water. It then's run around that tube along the inside, and it water cools. Yeah, it goes around the motor and the electronic speed controller just to keep their temperature down. So that's quite good. There you can see I've put my receiver into a plastic cylinder just to help try and keep it dry. But there's quite a lot of room in this boat, and it's mounted quite high too, so that should help as the water will sink in the middle, of course, under most conditions. I've tightened that up as well. 2.4 gig transmitter, wheel transmitter of course, that's for steering, and this is your throttle here to accelerate and to go in reverse. The boat does have reverse. This is the on-off switch, another switch up here. There's a couple of more switches just on here, and these reverse the motor or the steering direction, which is useful if they haven't set up correctly. And of course a little on-off light and a blind one as well. So there you go, that's the transmitter. It takes 4 AA's in there.